Were crowned and dreams were made. Tonight, many of those riders are back in action and back on these boards as the Track Champions League continues and our four league leaders continue their battle for the coveted trophy.
Whatever you're doing, stop it. Make sure you join us. A tactical masterclass. Right on the line. I'm not sure who has it. It's men's scratch time. Riders just getting ready. There's a little bit of racing that does go on in the afternoon before the doors open. That's for points and qualification. I was talking to a couple of the riders about how seriously they took it, and well, it's also for positioning at the start here. I was talking to Sebastian Mora earlier on today, and he was saying, well, it's good I think I came third, and it means I'll be highly positioned at the front. But he did say that he was unsure as to how seriously each and every rider took it, because depending on how your body is, how your routine is, you might want to be fresh or you might want a stronger warm-up. It's all very different.
It is. So for endurance racers, getting an extra bike racing on the evening before the start of the Track Champions League, and like you say, do you want to go too deep in that, or do you want the big warm-up? So very debatable what's best, but William Perrett for Great Britain is going to be the front. He did win the points race earlier on this evening.
And he's in the top 5 in the Endurance League at the moment.
He has really impressed me. He's sort of gone onto the radar in terms of he's not actually won a race yet, but just plugging away, very consistent, 5th place overall, like you say, still with 3 rounds to go.
Off we go then. Making sure that the riders will all be together if they can be. That means the gun will be able to go. It's a last-minute effort to close the gap at the back, and the gun does go. We're off. And it begins with a rather stretched-out bunch. Already we're seeing moves coming from behind. And Matthias Guillemette, who's now in the light blue jersey, following these moves. Interesting. There might have been a bit of a plan there, because it was his compatriot Dylan Bibic, the world champion in this discipline, who made the move. He was on the wheel, and suddenly It's a Canadian duo attacking, and it's almost like Bibic. He's leading out Guillemette here. Realised nobody else was coming, though. That was a rather strange way to start.
It was, yeah, you're right. It seemed like a plan, but then they got the gap and then didn't carry it on. So perhaps not quite meant to be, but very fast start to this men's scratch race. Already you can see everybody strung out. 17 laps to go.
Tess Buckley in there. By the way, Roy Efting, nasty crash as well.
Yeah.
On his bike, though, says he's feeling good.
He had a good scratch race last weekend in Berlin as well. So again, another rider that's sort of coming good through the series, gradually improving as we go to each round.
Made his name on the 6-day circuit as well as Roy Efting in the last few years. There's still hints of moves going, but nothing really snapped the elastic yet. Just over a quarter of a way through. Donegal and Scartezzini have been active, haven't they, in these races so far? There is Donegal towards the front now. Mora is going to give his own opportunity. Oliver Wood was the man alongside him, winner of the scratch race last weekend. Little bits of moves going, but riders seem to be marking each other out the game, though.
They do a lot of different riders keen to try and make a move, and like I say, very fast race already. Just 3 kilometres, or less than 3 kilometres to go now, going through with 11 laps to go that time. And it is a move from Will Perrett now.
Perrett has gone. Look at that big hesitation behind before they finally realise who it is, how high he is up there. And even now the series leader has to react because he is second wheel chasing on behind Mora. But it looks as though he's marking him out. So Will Perrett, yet again away, and if he can do something in the last half of this race, if there's that little one bit more hesitation, then he could be well on his way up to the top of the league.
Yeah, it just needs that little bit of hesitation from 1 or 2 riders. Mark Stewart, currently one of the riders in this chase group. Mark Stewart was our first scratch race winner the first weekend and our first overall leader. Will Perrett, I'm sure, inspired here by Sophie Lewis's victory in the women's endurance race, and he is going solo. 8 laps to go that time.
Perrett coming up to what will be 7 laps to go for him, but here comes that chase, it looking stronger now. And there's just 2, 3, 4 little gaps of peloton behind. He's quite fractured.
It is fractured, which again makes it harder to chase when you've got less riders willing to contribute to that. We've got a little group forming behind of 5 riders, including our series leader. He's up there as well.
Guillemette in that light blue jersey as Perrett looks behind now. Is he going to knock his effort off here? I think he might be. I think he might be. He realises that the game is up, goes high on the track, gets that little bit of a rest, and now starts to think about how he'll attack the final quarter of the race.
Yeah, and it's a counter-attack straight away, though.
Malsharek of Germany. Being chased by Gavin Hoover and Sebastian Moran. A bit of deja vu. It's those two who were fighting it out last year. Mora there in the red jersey. Hoover just behind him in the red and blue of the USA. Malsharek, the German. And now you've got Imhoff with Donegal and Scartezzini. Third group being led by Stewart, but there's no real committal here. And we're inside the final kilometre. 750 metres, in fact, now to go for Hoover and Mora. Malsharek starting to fade a little and has lost contact. Sebastian Mora's so good at this, isn't he? He's been the Spanish amateur time trial champion on the road before. He's got 500 metres to go here, but it's tight and tense, and Hoover, he is too, losing the wheel. Well, this race is going to be between the riders at the front. Are they going to get up there? Because the bell is going to ring here. Mora is going to take it. Will there be a further challenger? Hoover's going to be caught, and here comes Imhoff. It's Imhoff who's having a great series so far. Is in the pursuit, and look at him accelerate. Mora's into turn 3, though, and I think he's going to have this one in the bag. The win in France is made in Spain. Sebastian Mora takes it in Saint-Quentin.
That was very nicely done. What a brutal race that was. So many attacks. But Sebastian Mora here, showing what a champion he is.
And pointing to the badge on his jersey. I know the Football World Cup's on. It's Villarreal, the Spanish First Division team, that sponsor him, that allow him to do what he does at this level. He's done it for them. He's done it for his country. I tell you what, he'll be rising up the league. He's certainly done it for himself. 20 points to Sebastian Morat. Claudio Imhoff with a really good result, though. And he was above Mora, wasn't he, in the standings?
Yes, so I think Imhoff will now be leading after that. He was 4 points ahead of Mora. Mora will get maximum points for the win. He will get 20 points. 17 will go to Imhoff.
So 1 point, I think, will be between Mora and Imhoff.